Hi, welcome to another magical Feldenkrais lesson. Thank you for joining me here. So let's go ahead and get started by coming to lie on a side. And you pick the side. I'll use the references of top leg and bottom leg to help. Top arm and bottom arm. So speaking of, your bottom arm can be under your head, or if you prefer, you can take a moment to grab a pillow. Your feet will be directly under your knees, and knees directly out in front of the hips. And in this position, you're just going to rest for a moment. Make sure you're comfortable where you are. And then let's take that top arm out, and we're just going to reach it forward, but keep the palm on the floor. So I'm reaching it forward, but my palm is staying on the floor. And feel how that starts to roll you. Reach the arm a little bit forward and a little back, and feel that there's movement there, allowing your shoulder. Notice if the top knee isn't also going a little bit forward and a little bit back. And if it isn't, encourage it now to move a little forward as the arm goes forward and a little back as the arm goes back. And again, your palm is flat on the floor, almost passive. Just feel this rolling movement, and now see if you can feel underneath of you that you're rolling over the bottom side of those ribs, the bottom side of that hip and shoulder, and feel how when you roll forward, you go a little bit back in that way, a little bit forward toward the ribs here. And when you go back, you go a little bit back toward the ribs. Could you imagine that you pull yourself a little from the bottom by way of pulling yourself a little bit forward, rolling that part of your ribs forward to come forward, and then rolling from the bottom to come back. So again, it's this movement of rolling from the bottom. If you want, you can place the hand here for a moment to see if that helps you to feel how you could roll from the bottom. It's almost like you're pushing and pulling from that side, and this shoulder and this hip on the bottom, when they go back, it's as though they're opening up like door hinges. And as they go forward, it's as though those hinges are closing. See if you can make this movement from the bottom side, the side that's laying on the bottom. And now make it from both the top and the bottom. And just notice if the movement is any easier or more fluid. And then pause and rest in any position that's comfortable. You can stay on the side or you can rest in any way you like. Pausing to rest for a moment to integrate any new movements as your brain incorporates what's useful and helpful. And just breathing through this moment of a pause and noticing your pause. And now let's take the hand that's on the top to the side ribs, and let's start to roll those ribs a little bit back and a little forward. And just feel that you can almost make this movement by pushing into the ribs to roll forward and then pulling the ribs back, directing that elbow behind you. So thinking about it from the elbow and the hand. The elbow directs it back. The hand pushes the ribs forward. Let the elbow pull the ribs back and let the hand push the ribs forward. And just feel this movement over your bottom ribs as you breathe and as you move. Let's bring that hand now to the hip. And as we go a little forward and back, let that knee slide forward to come forward and let the knee slide back to come back. And just feel what's happening in your hip with the hand, that it moves a little bit back and a little bit forward to roll you. Let's put the hand on the knee and just feel the movement of the knee and let that pull the arm and shoulder. Let that be passive. And the knee moves forward and back to move your arm. Pause and rest for a moment. Just feeling this whole body conditioning and letting it settle as you rest and you breathe. and you take care of yourself. Now let's take that top hand to the forehead and let's go ahead and roll the head. If you're on your arm, you might roll off the arm if that's comfortable. If you have a pillow, you can put it a little further back so that you roll onto the pillow as you come back. Let your face come toward the ceiling and then toward the floor. And feel how that movement of the top elbow is going back behind you and then it's sweeping down toward the floor in front of you. Allow that elbow to make that movement as the hand stays glued to the head as you roll, feeling what's happening on your bottom ribs as well as the top. The next time you come back, go ahead and just lie all the way back and rest on your back and just notice the difference between your two sides. See what you notice that's interesting or new or different. Maybe there's more length on one side, or one side feels larger, or carries the breath differently. Feel how relaxed each side is. And then when you feel ready, bring your legs to standing and come to your other side to rest. And just take a moment to feel this new side and what it feels like to you. Resting on the arm or a pillow, and it might be different from side to side. Check to make sure your knees are in front of your hips and that your feet are right under your knees. This will make it easier for your back and spine to be long all the way down to your tailbone to make it easy to roll forward and back. And speaking of, let's give that a shot. Bringing that top arm forward and just beginning to roll forward and back. Palm stays on the ground. And you roll, and this just takes your whole body, your chest. Maybe your head is rolling too, you notice. Maybe your hips and knees are moving a little bit as well. Let's try directing that palm a little bit diagonally and feel that movement. And just noticing the difference here of the diagonal movement. And feel how that draws the shoulder differently. As it goes out, it slides over the back ribs. As it comes back, it slides over those ribs to come back onto your back. Pause and rest for just a moment. You can rest in any position that feels comfortable. Just taking a moment to breathe and feel yourself, your contact, your presence. And then bringing the hand now to the side ribs. And let's go ahead and push in a little bit forward into the ribs and pull them back. As we come forward, let's push in with the top hand to push those ribs forward. As we go back, let's take the elbow back and behind. So hand pushes to come forward, elbow is going to take it back. And just notice that feeling in the ribs, how they move. Let's bring the hand back out again and slide. And now see if you can feel what's happening in the bottom. And can you use the bottom side of you to push a little bit forward so that you can roll back, and then to pull a little bit behind so that you can roll forward. Again, you can think of your bottom, shoulder, and hip as hinges that open as you roll back and close as you roll forward. Seeing if you can move from the bottom of the body. I'm going to do it without my hands so you can see. But I'm just using the bottom of me to roll. I don't need anything else. And then let's use both the top and bottom of the body. If you don't know how to use the bottom yet, don't worry, I'm going to do a longer video for that. Let's take the hand to the hip, and we're going to just see how the hip moves a little forward and back. And it's as though the hip comes forward and the knee slides forward, and then the hip rolls back. Maybe lift the knee just a little bit, just to feel that the hip goes back, sliding forward, going back. Now bringing the hand to the knee and feeling what it's like for the hand to just be a passenger on the knee, carried along for the ride as the knee slides forward and back. Bringing that hand back out and just seeing how that movement is now. Pause and rest for a moment. And now bring that hand, if you can, to over the top of your other head. Over the top of your head if you can. So the arm on top is over top of your head and it's kind of either resting on your ear or it's just out. Bring the bottom leg down and begin to make a movement of reaching the top arm up and then have the bottom foot up in the air, foot flexed, and reach it down. So you're going to reach the top arm up and the bottom leg down and back and forth like that. Feel my side is moving up and down. As parallel as you can make it. And now let's take an inhale and both reach in opposite direction. So you're reaching out with both the hand and the foot. As you exhale, allow that to come back. Do that a couple more times, just elongating that whole side. Feel that whole side get so long. And one more time. And let's bring everything back and come to the back and rest. Feeling the difference between your two sides as you breathe. Noticing anything that's new or interesting or different or neutral. And then coming to your other side. One last time. The first side. Getting comfortable there once you're ready in this position. Just coming back to this first movement. Seeing how that is, continue with the first movement as you go forward and back. And just noticing how this movement is now. And then we're going to sweep that arm up and take that top leg down, and we're going to alternate. So once we pull up with the top arm and then we pull down with the leg and the foot is flexed. So you can think of the heels coming down. Up with the arm, down with the leg. Back and forth like this. You feel like it can kind of jiggle you, but you stay parallel to the ceiling and the floor. And now let's inhale and lengthen both and make that side really long. And then one last time, inhale, make it really long from heel to fingertips. Feel how the ground supports you in this lengthening, so we're not stretching. We're just getting really long with the support of the ground and gravity. Coming back. And just feeling your body now. Let's come all the way up. Feeling your two sides as you sit. Feeling your support and your posture. This whole body conditioning should be able to help elongate both sides. So let's go ahead and just reach up. And notice, is it easier to reach? Can you reach back and forth like this? And maybe just one arm at a time and just saying, how long can it get? Is this movement easier? Reaching to the side. You check in with other movements. See what's easier now. And thank you for joining me. Please subscribe and join for more videos.